Hi, everybody. I'm David Baber. Today, we'll learn a feature on Google Forms where you can divide the form into a way of where all of the questions are not fully visible to the students when they take the form. Now, say for instance, let's look at this form we have in front. You can see these three questions on it. All of them are visible at one time. Well, say for instance, I want to fix this form to where the students can only see one question at a time and that they must answer a question before they can go to the next section. So if you want to do that, here's how you do it. We're going to click on the first question up here, and we're going to change this to where we're going to add a section. Okay. Now, here's the key: when you add the section, it divides it up to where you have to answer this question first, who is the 14th president, before you can move on to the next one. And see, when I added section, it put in this part right here after section one, continue to next section. And of course, there's a drop menu where you can jump around. You can either go to the next question in the sequence, or you can even jump ahead several questions, or you can go backwards. If you're in the middle of the form and say somebody gets one right, you want to move them to a certain question. Well, here on this drop menu, you can choose which question you want to go to next in the sequence. So I'm just going to leave it on continue to next section so that we can go in sequence. Now, here's where we've got the second question, and see, now it has become part of section 2 of the form. And if you notice, it's put a little banner up here at the top where it says untitled section directly above the question. So I'm going, and you have to leave that banner there. If you delete it, you'll end up taking the question out with it. So all you have to do is just type in question 2, since this is the next one. And it has a line for description, which you don't have to put anything on that. If you don't want to, you can leave it blank. And then we have the next question right here. So I'm going to now put another section between question 2 and then our third question at the bottom. So I'm going to click on question 2 first before I do anything. Now it gives me my option over here to add section, and you just click the little, it looks like an equal sign right here. So click add section. And now it says after section 2, continue to next section. And then down here, I'm going to type in question 3 on my banner. And then it has the third question. And there you go. So now the form has been set up to where you must answer each question before you can move on to the next one. So here's what the form looks like. I'm going to open it up for you and let you see how it looks from the student's viewpoint. All right, now we have the form open, and as you can see, all I have is the title of the quiz and the first question. You can't see the other two questions because you have to answer each one before you can go to the next one. So we'll go ahead and answer one here. Who was the 14th president? We'll put in Franklin Pierce, and then I'm going to click next. See, now it's moved me on to question 2. And then I can answer that one in the same manner, and so forth. So that's how you divide up a Google form to where you have it in sections rather than allowing students to see all of the questions at once. And this little trick is really handy if you're doing an activity where, say, somebody has to maybe figure out the combination to something before they can move on to the next part of an assignment. If you're doing a class adventure project of some sort, something like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, or something along those lines, where you have to figure a clue out before you can get from point A to point B. Well, here's the way you can do it in Google Forms. And using the very steps I showed you, just remember to divide the questions up by sections inserting the sections between each one, and that will lock each one until the students answer the question correctly, and then they can move to the next one. So that's how you do it. And if you have any questions, please email me at dbaber@wcs.k12.va.us.